Good morning and welcome back to the Late Ed Podcast. I'm your host, EK. Before we get into today's topic, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor.
Today's sponsor is Trojan Condoms. They've created technology that is safe and comfortable. Trojan, pleasure you on, protection you trust, the official condom of the hip-hop culture. Now back to you, EK.
Well, let's start off the day by introducing our guest for today. I'm joined with a professional neurosurgeon who flew in from UT Southwestern Medical Center via his private jet just to be on the podcast, Dr. Abrar Nurdin. Hello, doctor. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Glad you can have me here.
Now, Dr. Nurdin, do you know the reason why I brought you on the podcast today?
All I know is that I'm getting paid for...
You don't have to say that, doctor.
Don't tell me what to do.
But yes, doctor, the reason I brought you on today is that I read an interesting article the other day about a famous wrestler, Hulk Hogan. You might know him.
Yes, of course I know him. I've read many books about him, and he was my favorite wrestler growing up.
That's nice to know, doctor. But the article I read was about Hulk Hogan getting surgery for his spine, but instead of the surgery helping him, the pain intensified, and that led him to sue his doctors. Now, I've never been blessed with the opportunity to be with an amazing neurosurgeon like yourself, so I have a few questions for you, if that's all right.
Of course you've never been with someone like me. What's the question?
I was curious, you handle many surgeries every month dealing with the nervous system, which is very delicate. Have you ever dealt
Personally,
with
no. I do my job very well. I've never had a case against me, but one of my colleagues has been sued for malpractice. What happened was she accidentally switched out the patient's name for someone else's, and the patient family found out about it before the surgery, and she was sued for, I believe, 12 grand, and she lost the case.
Can you refresh the minds of our viewers on what exactly is malpractice?
Well, malpractice is an improper, illegal, and negligent professional activity, especially when it's done by a medical practitioner.
There have been many cases of medical malpractice all over the world, and the numbers aren't decreasing anytime soon. According to my research, most malpractice cases happen in nursing homes where elders don't know any better and can't complain because they don't know what's happening. Over 120,000 cases of malpractice occur annually, and 1 out of 10 elders receive some sort of malpractice. Now, doctor, what's your point of view of this? How does it affect the patient and the doctors, and should this end?
Why don't you tell me what you think?
I think that there are some cases that should be held, but others shouldn't be. For example, if the official made an honest mistake, they forgot to bring the patient's towel, that's an honest mistake. But if the thing the official did harmed anyone physically or mentally, that's different. I think that's when the official should be held responsible.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself.
Damn. Earlier, I mentioned some numbers about the amount of cases annually. Do you think that these numbers will decrease?
That's an interesting question, but of course I have an answer. Should the numbers decrease? Yes, but will they? No.
Why do you say that? What makes you think that the numbers won't decrease?
Well, we are all human beings, and everybody makes mistakes, and everybody wants to take the easy way out.
Do you mind elaborating on that claim, doctor?
It is scientifically proven that human beings are programmed to either overlook a problem or try to take the easy route out of it. Nobody wants to spend hours doing something, especially if they don't enjoy it.
Thank you, doctor. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this very interesting episode of the Late Ed Podcast. Thank you again to our sponsor, Trojan Condoms. Thank you, Dr. Nurdin, for coming on today.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Hope you have a safe flight back to UT Southwestern Medical Center. I'm your host, EK, and I'll see you in the next one.
I'm sorry.